Austin with the Stalk Archery. So today I was going to talk a little bit about arrows. I know in the last video I posted, it was forever ago, I talked about using the Stalk Archery arrows. It's my company that I run, and just we're small, but we're growing. Every year we've grown bigger and bigger. So it's cool to see all the people adopt our arrows and say, these are very comparable to the arrows I've been using. Or they say they're stronger than arrows they've been using, which is awesome. So the ones I wanted to touch base on is the new Persistent series. See if it'll focus. I can't. This is a new camera. Shush. That's Waffles over there. Hey, you zip it. That's very unprofessional. Waffles. I'm not even gonna edit that. So anyway, this is a Persistent series. I'm shooting a 300 spine, and with this setup, it's going to be interesting. I actually like the idea of a little bit lighter of an arrow. This 300 spine Persistent series is 10 grains per inch, and then the 350 spine that we've got is 9 grains, and the 400 spine is going to be 8 grains. So a lot lighter than the Silent series that we have on the website, but for hunting, the heavier setup, if you're used to pulling into that shoulder, that 4mm is money, because it's a heavier arrow. You're gonna get more penetration going through that front shoulder area. But as far as shot placement goes, if you're great at shot placement and you always put it right behind the leg, this is gonna be a good arrow, a great arrow. It's durable, it's light, so if you use the slider sights, I shot all the way out to 100 yards today, and I still had enough room probably to go 30 more yards, to be honest. So it's about, what did I figure? It's like 445 grains total. I have 125 grain tip up front with the 20 grain insert. These inserts on the Persistent series also can take the deep 6 field tips and broadheads, which is nice. So it opens up a little bit more options to those who like shooting the deep 6 stuff. And then I've got a lighted knock, which is 23 grains. And then we got the tack vanes, the driver 2.75, which is the quietest vane that they have. And I believe it's the quietest vane on the market. There's been sound tests done. You can look it up and listen to it. These are so quiet, it's going to keep deer from jumping your string, because they can't hear the arrow coming as good as fletchings that flap like Blazer. But don't take offense to that. I know a lot of people that like Blazer, and it works for people. But if you're a whitetail hunter, you got deer that are familiar with the sound of arrows flying, and they're gonna be ducking your string. I've seen it happen in Texas and a bunch of other eastern states, that they're ducking 12, 14 inches down, and people they're not able to hit the deer because they're ducking. They can hear the arrow coming. So with this setup, pros of a lighter arrow, you get further distance, right? Ethical. You want to talk about ethics in archery, you always want to shoot as close as you can. Sometimes it just doesn't work out to where you can get that close, and that's why us Western hunters shoot a little farther than that. There's higher pressured areas that need a further shot, and as long as you're practicing and you know you are confident with that shot, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot like that. I got the window open because it's so bloody hot in here, but anyway, so I've got the 125 grain up front plus the 20 grain outsert, so it's 145 up front. And after doing the whole finding the center and with the balance point, I'm running about 15% FOC this way. But I shot this today, and I was shooting freaking money. So that's the benefit of these new arrows. They're lighter, so you can get farther distance. And what I was gonna say is, as far as shooting a lighter arrow, if you notice in a lot of hunting videos, popular ones, you see how much penetration these guys, these professionals are getting, and we're talking this much of the arrow, maybe 7-8 inches. Yeah, the animal's dying, but it's because of their arrow placement. It's right behind that shoulder in the vitals, the heart, the vital area. So yes, they are penetrating those vitals and they're killing the deer. But if you want a complete pass through, you want plenty of FOC on the light arrow setup, and you need that shot placement right behind that shoulder so that you're going to do a complete pass through in that vital section. Why are they not getting complete pass throughs when they hit that shoulder? Because the heavier set arrows are just going to drive through those front shoulders and out the back. So you have to weigh out your options and say, what do I do personally, and or what do I want to accomplish? Do I want to hit more vitals behind that shoulder? Maybe the persistent series is a better choice so that you can focus on that and have a more ethical shot. Or are you used to pulling your shot and you want a heavier set arrow? I'd move to the silent series. It's a heavier arrow. It's going to drive through that front shoulder, and it's going to do enough damage to take out your deer. And in fact, the silent series I killed last year for 2021, I killed a turkey, mule deer, and an antelope. They didn't go 30 yards. So I definitely have noticed the heavier arrows make your animal not go that far, which is a plus. But if you're used to pulling those shots, you're going to want to go with that heavier arrow so that you can get enough penetration to recover your animal. 100%. I'm talking from experience with this. Everyone's got their own opinion, and that's fine. That's why I leave the comment section off, because I'm not doing that game. It doesn't matter to me. If you want to talk to me on Instagram, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, and we can talk arrow specs and what works for you, what I found works for me. But at the end of the day, that's the persistent series. I was shooting freaking money back to 100, like I said. It's a great setup. 3D, this is going to be sweet arrow. I'm actually going to use these for hunting this year as well. I think with elk, though, I am going to go to the Silent Series 300 spine because it's a heavier arrow. I still think with elk, it's going to be very important that I run that arrow in case I hit that front shoulder. I mean, I've heard horror stories of people hunting elk and they just didn't get enough penetration. Why? Was it the broadhead? Did they hit it in that front shoulder and it just didn't get past the scapula? What was it, right? Was it the mechanical that didn't open up? It could be a number of things, but one thing I do know, I've had people pass through on bull elk with the Silent Series, no questions asked. And so it would be hard for me to want to shoot a lighter setup. However, back to the lighter setup, if your shot placement is always money, even under pressure, there's nothing wrong with running the persistent series, a lighter arrow with good FOC in the front for good penetration. I've also heard people having pass-throughs on elk with a lighter arrow setup. But your shot placement better be freaking money, and you better not hit that front leg, because that's a lot of the time people don't get through that front shoulder and they lose their elk. So that's my opinion. These are sweet arrows, man. My wife, she usually watches my arrows for me, but I got binocs, so it's like whatever. But every time I shot from 20 back to 100, she was like, holy crap, why are you shooting so well? It's just, it's a good arrow, man. That's why I'm putting it up on the website. We've gone through a couple different arrow versions of, building it super, super light, but then we're losing durability, so that then we made it heavier, and then we were too close to the Silent Series, and so we found a median that was still a light arrow, but still durable, and thus the Persistence series was born. Why persistence? As everyone knows, persistence pays off, like my buddy Tyler always says. Whether you're a 3D archery or a target archer or a hunter, you have to stay persistent if you want success. And I just wanted that to be a reminder for people I find myself looking down at my bow when I'm sitting on a water hole, or I've missed a buck, or things just don't play out right. I'll look down at my bow and I'm just like, man, why do I keep doing this? But at the end of the day, it's because I need to stay persistent so that I can accomplish what I'm set out to do. So anyway, cool reminder. But I'm excited to see who shoots these and takes a chance. Everyone who's bought our arrows, I've loved them. Hit us up on Instagram. I'll include a link at the bottom of this little video. Thanks for watching and taking interest in these. Just yeah, that's the light arrow. And I was gonna mention one more thing. Oh, arrow choice. Some guys just want an arrow for everything, and that's fine. Like the Silent series, the heavier arrow. When I would go to 3D shoots, TAC up at Snowbird, Mountain Archery Fest, I shot the Silent series, that heavier hunting arrow. People are like, "You're crazy to shoot that on this course," because there's, you know, targets to 115, 120. And I'm thinking, well, I want to shoot what I'm hunting with. Why wouldn't you, right? But guys who take 3D target hunting, I guess, is the way to put it. They want a 3D arrow. This is a solid arrow for that. But this, you can hunt with this too. There's nothing wrong with this arrow, especially if you want to keep speed. You want to have longer distance for your slider. The lighter arrow is going to be the go-to. But if you're shooting anywhere from 70 or lower down to 20,